Hi everyone, welcome to NYP Music Theory. Today I want to show you 4 steps to complete a trio sonata. This is from ABRSM Grade 8 Music Theory 2022A Question 1. Step 1. What do I observe from the first glance, including the key, chords, cadences, the theme, whether we have repetition, imitation, or sequence? Accidentals. It may be a prompt to modulations. Suspensions. Take note of 4-3, 7-6, and 9-8. Step 2 is to jot down the extended Roman numerals and the note heads from the figure bass. Number 3, join the dots. And number 4, final touch up and check all details, including chord tones, accidentals, 7th note, and suspensions with correct and proper preparation and resolution. Let's get started. Step 1. What do I observe from the first glance? Let's look at the key signature with 1 flat, and also the first chord start with F, A, C. So we can confirm this is F major. What about the chords? There are some 7 chords, like 4-2 means the 3rd inversion of a 7 chord. Then we will have some 7 chords in root position. At the bottom, we have another 7 chords with a natural. That means the 3rd from the bass has a natural. That means B natural. 6-5 is the 1st inversion of a 7 chord. Now let's look at cadences. As we browse through the bass, we can observe a note goes up a 4th, C to F. And here we have a G to C. Down in the bottom, we have another G to C. So most likely here will be a 5-1 perfect cadence, but we don't know yet. At the end, here is a D to C. Will it end on C major? It doesn't look like a 5-1 at the end, but we can just put it aside first. In the beginning, we can see the rhythmic pattern of 4 descending quavers. First appears in volume 2, and then imitated in volume 1, and then the basso continuo. Next, we can see a syncopated rhythm in the 2nd volume, and it appears again in the last line. We can observe the bass quaver movement all the way. And once in a while, we have tight notes across the bar line, or a tight note across the 2nd beat to the 3rd beat. Then finally, we will look at suspensions. Here we have 4-3, 9-6, 9-6, 9-6, consecutively 3 times. At the end, we have 4-3, 4-3, 2 times, and then a 7-6 suspension. All right, this is step 1. This is step 2. We jot down the extended Roman numerals and note heads from the figure bass. F major, the first bar is 1 and 1B, which is given. The 2nd bar, we can work a little bit backwards from this C chord, which is the 5 in F major. And when we work backwards here with the natural, we confirm here is GBD, which is a 5 of 5 resolves to 5. We can jot down the note and a reasonable resolution from the previous note. 4-2 stands for a 7 chord 3rd inversion. So as I jot down the note head here, it is a D, F, A, C, 7-6 D position. So I will give an F and a D for the volume 1 and volume 2. At the same time, we can check consecutives. This 6 means 1st inversion, G, B flat, D, which is 2B in F major. So this one, G, B flat, D. This note, I need a G over here. The next one, 4-2, 5-7D, C, E, G, B flat. So I need a E and then a C here, resolve to 1B. 5-7D usually resolves to 1B. So FA, which is given, then I just add a C on top. 2nd line, we have a 2-7, G, B flat, D, F. The F is being prepared by the previous note, and then we should resolve it downwards. So quickly jot down the E here, and then we need a 3rd on top, which is the B flat. Another 7 chord from F major, C, E, G, B flat. So a 5-7-2-1. The seventh note is prepared by the previous note, B flat, resolved downwards by step. And here I just fill up the C in the second violin, FAC. Then continue to move upwards. This 4 actually has changed to C major already because of the B natural. We can look forward and find a B natural and all the way towards the end almost. So we assume this is C major 1 with a 4-3 suspension. The fourth on top of C is an F. So we need an F to prepare for this. Prepared for suspension, resolve downwards to 3, then fill up the top note C, E, G, a G on top. 9, 6, 5. 9, a E prepared by the previous note and resolves downwards. D, D, need an F on top. 6, 5, we can observe this B natural G, C. Sounds like C major, 5, 7, B. And this is repositioned to 1. G, B, D. Then we fill up the F. This is the 7th note prepared by the previous note, resolved downwards. Then the 9, 6, we can check C on top is a D, which is the 9th, resolved downwards by step. So I jot down the C over here. F is a 4 chord. There is a 9 suspension, which is the G given, resolved downwards by step. So I jot down the F over here, but not here because this is just a passing note. But I can jot down a note because this beam shows us that there is a quaver here. Next is the B position, 4B. So F, A, C. And just check the last quaver because this is going back to the F. We need an A, which is the 3rd, and double the root here. Let's look at the 3rd line. 7 with a natural. Just now we mentioned about the B natural here. 7, G, B, D, F. So this F is prepared by the previous bar. Just now we use the F here. So now we can continue. F resolved downwards by step. B goes up a half step to C, and this one is a root position of a 6 chord, A, C, E. 6, 5, and then goes to G, G, C. There's a natural and sounds like a typical cadential progression. 2, 7, B, 5, 1. The D is given, so we need an A for second violin, D, F, A. And here we should put a B natural, and the natural sign is here already. So B, G, B natural, D, G, B, D. Then 5, 1 in C major is a perfect cadence here. So leading note goes to tonic, C and C. This is D resolves upwards to E, C, C, E. Then towards the end, the stepwise movement, we can see the note is C, D, E. Sounds like a 1, 2, 7, and 3. But take note that this 3 has a B flat. So the 3 changes the quality to a diminished chord. Coming back to the second beat, C, C, we need the E on top. D, F, A, C for the 7th note. This is given already and prepared well. Resolved downwards by step. So we need a D, F, the 3rd on top. The 3 diminish, just fill up the 3rd note. E, G, B flat. Then almost towards the end, we have 2 pairs of 4-3 suspension. F is 4, C is 1. 4 on top of this F is a B flat, which is given already, so we need to resolve it downwards by step. So the A should be here, F, A, and then we need a C. F, just continue to put an F on top, A. C, for the 4-3 suspension, on top of the C is an F. Then the F is prepared and then resolved downwards by step. So that's why we need an F here. Check the note, C, C, E, G. This is the C, E, G chord. And finally, this is a B natural because of the 6th natural here. B natural, D, F. So it's a diminished chord. Then D to C is the 7B to 1. Let's check the 7th note on top. It should be a C. So it comes from the previous chord, C, C, resolved downwards by step. Then the top note, we need an F. And finally, resolve. B goes to C, F goes down to E, and then we have a C, C, E tonic chord. All right, this is step 2. Step 3 is to join the dots. In bar 2, I will just make the B a dotted crochet, and then on top of this D, I will make a quaver. Here, I put an F, B, D, F. I will continue with the dotted rhythm. This is a D. I can make it a minimum. This is a minimum. Can erase this one. F, G, E. Second line. All right, after I finish joining the dots, I have to go to the last step to touch up and check all the details. This is my final step, that is to touch up and check all the details. I've printed it in mute score so that we can read it easily. Check the chord tones and the accidentals. Touch up with the rhythmic pattern, which is imitated from the pattern given in bar 1. I've used the dotted rhythm 3 times in first violin and imitated from second violin. Then the second line, I have inserted some non-chord tones to make the quaver movements. Imitation from first violin, use it in the second violin. And here is taken from the third bar in the second line. For the minimum rhythm is taken from the second violin here with the time notes. That means a minimum, a second time, a third time. The notes are stepwise downwards, F, E, D. So the first violin, take this A and A as a repeated notes. A, step down to G and step down to F. So this is a kind of imitation. Check all the suspension is securely prepared and resolved. Prepare and resolved correctly. Prepared and resolved correctly. In the 7th chord, we can omit the 3rd or the 5th, but not the root and the 7th. So in the last line, I modified a little bit of this chord and used a C on top of this 2-7-B so that the 7th note is here, prepared and resolved downwards by step. The syncopation rhythm repeated here and then imitated by the first violin here. At the end, we have C, C, and E. The 5th is omitted. That's always fine. This D must go up to E because if I go down to C, it will be parallel. So at the end, we can use this kind of doubling. There is also one special arrangement of the 1 chord here. This is a 5-1 cadence in C major, and we can see the root G goes to C, and this is leading note goes to tonic. Supertonic go to tonic. So finally, we have this downbeat all the same using a C only. Once in a while, in the cadence, we can do this. All right, we have finished completing this trio sonata. Hope you can understand and enjoy it. Thanks for watching. If you find this video helpful or interesting, please subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.